Hey there, Alex here. In case you missed it, I recently got my hands on the Earphone K64S and thought they sounded great for something that cost just 9 Singapore dollars, so I decided to try a slightly more expensive model from them, the LBBS, also known as the Little Black Bell S. So without further ado, let's dive right in. The LBBS comes in a pretty simple but decent looking packaging. It comes with 4 pairs of full foams, 4 pairs of donut foams, and a single pair of ear hooks. Like its name suggests, the shell of the earbuds have a bell-like shape. They are made of metal, but they are actually surprisingly lightweight. It also has a smaller diameter compared to MX500 shells, so they feel almost weightless in my ears. Because of the short stem, they can be worn easily over the ear, which some folks will appreciate. However, I do find that because of the bell shape and short stem, it's a little harder to remove them from my ears. It can be really tempting to just pull on the cable, but since I have no idea how they are like internally, and whether there are enough measures taken to reduce the strain on the solder points, it feels like a bad idea. So I try to make sure I always use the stem to dislodge the earbuds from my ears first, before lifting them out. The cable is quite nice as well, with some sort of nylon braided cable for the bottom half, and they are pretty lightweight and easy to work with as well. Moving on to sound, using the included full foams, I think that the LBBS has a bright neutral sound signature. Bass quantity is on the lighter side, but I don't really find it lagging. There is still a decent punch when the track calls for it, and the quality of the bass is really good. It's a tight sounding and well controlled bass, so there is no mid-bass bleed or anything like that here. The mids are forward in the mix and a little bit on the leaner side, but it doesn't sound too thin to me. I think it's just a more airy presentation overall, which actually works quite well for vocals and makes the mid-range sound a bit more spacious. Upper mids and lower treble are elevated, but not excessively so. To me, it's just enough to make female vocals and brighter instruments really shine. It doesn't sound shouty or fatiguing to me, but I know some folks might be a bit more sensitive to this region, so your mileage may vary. Treble is decently extended, so cymbals and violins sound pretty natural to me as well. Detail retrieval and clarity are pretty good, and not just for earbuds, they're just really good. Because of the more airy presentation, I find that the soundstage is pretty wide and imaging is quite good as well. Overall, because of the good technicalities, I find that they work well with most music, but I think they really shine in tracks with female vocals, any sort of live performances, or genres like orchestral or epic music. By the way, for those who find the presentation of the LBBS a bit lean or bright for your taste, using donut foams on top of full foams does thicken up the sound a bit, but it does come at the expense of a bit less treble and clarity overall. These are the things that I sort of enjoy on the LBBS, so I prefer to use just the full foams. Compared to the NiceHCK ME80, which has been a long-time favorite of mine, the LBBS is a bit leaner sounding overall, with a bit more upper mids and lower treble, which makes female vocals really shine. But the ME80 still has more sub-bass and a tiny bit more treble at around 9 to 10 kHz, which sort of gives cymbals and tambourines a slightly more natural sounding decay. It is a more balanced tuning overall and has a fuller and smoother sound that makes it a pretty good all-rounder. But personally, the better clarity and detail retrieval that I get from the more technically capable LBBS is really quite addictive to listen to, so I would still consider it a step up from the ME80, even though the tuning is a little different. Overall, you can probably tell that I really like these. I think the fit is really good, the design is attractive, and it sounds great. At 44 Singapore dollars on Shopee, I know it's more than double the price of the ME80 without sounding twice as good, but that's just how it is with audio gear. Past a certain point, you're going to be getting diminishing returns, so whether this amount of improvement is worth it will be up to you. For me, I think it's totally worth it. Thanks for watching this video, and see you guys on the next one.